far away, please.
Coach, just your initial thoughts on this game and what it says about your team to be able to finish down the stretch yet again without Darren in this game.
Well, as from a fan perspective, which I'm not, I would think it would be a pretty entertaining game to watch. Not a lot of turnovers, and certainly not a lot of fouls. So, I would think it'd be a fairly entertaining game to watch because there wasn't that many stoppages. I thought that neither team played great. I didn't think we did at all, and their switches really bothered us, and we didn't have ball and body movement the whole night. But we did compete just like they did, and we had one guy that was probably the best performer that I think that I've had on the road in my 23 years at Kansas. He was unbelievable and made hard shots. They dared him to shoot, and then when he made a couple, he started looking at a big basket, and then he was unbelievable. Got downhill play, but if you look at his entire line, 9 threes, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, no turnovers, played 43 minutes. Pretty good stat line. So I'm really happy for Mel. I'm happy for our team, but especially happy for him because he put us on his back tonight.
Hey coach, you guys really right here. Sorry, right here. You guys really stopped NC State from downtown, only allowing them to shoot 26%. Was that the original plan to stop them from perimeter?
I actually thought our best chance coming in here was to not let them shoot the ball beyond the arc and switch. Now, they actually shot it well when it counted down the stretch with Darian making those 2, but for the most part, we did a decent job at that. And then Copeland got his, but you're going to give up something. But I thought we did a decent job on that till the very end. And then, fortunately for us, Darian missed the one at the hardest one at the very end. But he's been a KU killer for years. He had 30 against us in Lubbock and didn't miss a shot from the free throw line anywhere. And then last year he had 25 or whatever against us. So even though he got his 17, I'll take that and go to the house.
Bill, right here, you mentioned that NC State was daring Melvin to shoot a little bit. How much of that defensive strategy did you anticipate, and what?
I didn't anticipate it.
You didn't? Okay.
No, I didn't anticipate. I think it's pretty sound. I don't think anybody would say it's not a sound philosophy based on his numbers up until this point. But you look at his stroke isn't broke. His stroke, he's got a good looking stroke. He just hadn't gone in. And the thing about it is with shooters, even though he didn't shoot it well the first half, but shooters don't remember their misses, they only remember their makes. And so in his mind, he's thinking he's looking at a big basket, and which was probably good for us, really good for us.
Bill, do you have an update on Darren? Like, what happened to him to have him exit at late in regulation?
I think he was getting tight. I haven't talked to the doctor yet or the trainer about it, but he said he needed to come out. So he's experienced this every game that we played. So I was happy that he got that far, that deep into the game, but because it's happened to start the second half every other game. But I think it's just tightness, but I haven't even found out yet.
When you say he's had this, like, do you mean like the hamstring that cost him the games, or is this something else?
No, just tightness in his hamstring, in his legs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey coach, you've now played Duke, Carolina, and State all year in the Triangle this year. Talk about what you think basketball means in the Triangle in North Carolina and what it will do for you in your program this year.
Well, I've seen enough of the research triangle or whatever you guys call it here. We played Duke in the Garden, and then we played in Chapel Hill and here in Raleigh. But one thing that is very evident is people love ball here, which is great. And people should be excited about the Wolfpack and their team, because if you really look at their team, they can stretch it from 4 spots. They got good guard play and good length on the perimeter, and the big fella's having a really nice year. They're going to have a good season. we're fortunate they didn't shoot the ball tonight like they shot it against Liberty earlier in the week.
1 second left, you put Paul in. What did you tell the team and what was the strategy on the?
I just put Paul in to try to make it hard to throw a lob pass, and we didn't switch. You know, we don't switch out of bounds. You know, we'll switch once it gets inbounds, but we don't switch out of bounds. And I don't know that we guarded it well, but we guarded it good enough that they had to take an off balance long one.
You mentioned NC State and how you think they're gonna have a good season. You know, from an opposing coach's perspective, maybe what's the ceiling? You know, what do you think, you know, fans could expect, even though they haven't, you know, they're still winless against Power 4?
From NC State,
Mhm.
I can't answer that. I'm not in practice. I mean, I don't know. From the outside looking in, they got good guard play. They can stretch it from 4 spots. They got a guy that is a clutch player, obviously, and they're big guys. You know, I would think good enough to defend his position and rebound his position. So I would think they're going to have a really nice year. But I don't, you know, I don't know enough to have a strong opinion because I'm not there. See what goes on.
Did you see the play where Melvin might have elbowed their guy? And Will Wade was upset. I wondered what your take on it was.
I didn't see it, but I don't think, I mean, he got fouled, and whether or not he elbowed him because of the foul or what the case was, but, you know, that crew said it was a common foul, so I assume it was.
Bill, I guess you mentioned neither team playing great. How gratifying is it to not play great and still come out with a big road win against
It's
a
good.
solid team?
It's good. It's getting old not playing great though. Be real honest. But it was great. Guys competed. They tried hard. And it was actually fun to watch. It wasn't. We didn't execute as well as we did against Tennessee, but it was kind of like that game a little bit, where the guys just kind of had to tough it out.
Coach, you guys did a great job, especially early, of holding NC State back from their shooting. What was the key to that, and what kind of changed as the game went along?
We switched everything. So we decided to switch like they switch, to try to take away the shots off the catch behind the arc. So that's what we did, and they hurt us driving the ball some, and they played the mismatches some, but for the most part we did a pretty nice job.
Bill, I know you said you've seen enough of the research triangle, but given where college basketball's headed with more and more home and homes, how open are you to scheduling more against Duke, Carolina?
Oh, yeah, I'm open to that. I'm open to that because all 3 of them would need to come to our place next. But I mean, I got my guy right here that does the scheduling, and I actually think college basketball has done a much better job this year scheduling to create more interest than what we have in years past. There's a lot of big time games. Today's a laundry list of big time games going on, and so I'm definitely open to it. The thing about it is with scheduling, money's going to dictate how you schedule because of NIL and other things that you have to create some income streams different ways, like the Players Era tournament or whatever. But I think that, you know, anytime you could play those 3, the 3 that you just mentioned, and you throw Louisville in the mix, I mean, those are 4 teams that would be great home and homes.
Last one.
Coach, State started to tighten up on Melvin in the second half, and yet he still scored the last 13 in regulation. Was the game plan just to feed the hot hand, or?
No, the game plan was just try to get a shot because we didn't have much going on, and drive it. And he did a great job of driving the ball downhill. Did a great job.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.